Well, welcome back, everybody. As you can see by all the frost blankets and everything behind us, winter has finally showed up. We have had a pile of mornings in the 20s here this week, like 5 straight days of frost and cold, which is pretty unusual for us. We get a slight warm up tomorrow, some rain, another cold front, and then it drops again. It was 25 degrees this morning. So what does that mean? Firewood has started selling. Customer, we're going to be doing one pickup and one delivery today. They are getting a load of cherry. Now, I split my cherry small and it dries quick, but I normally like to season my wood about a year. This has not been seasoned that long. Sounds pretty dry. The only way to know is to pop a piece. You find a bigger piece, although I split all this kind of small, which is good. Burns really good. All right. Let's get out my little handy dandy moisture meter here. Let's see what we're working with. All right, anything 20% or less is ready to burn, in my opinion. I'd like to see lower though. All right, is it really not gonna read? It's not even registering on the inside. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, this stuff is dry, but it shouldn't be that dry. Let's go over here on the bark side, see if we can at least get a reading. Yeah, we are, 11%. You got to be kidding me. I had to check my meter. That cherry is so dry. It's not even reading. As you can see, I'm getting a reading on this oak, 13.4. That's on the outside where it's really dry. If I go inside, it'd be higher than that. And by the way, this oak is year and a half season, so I expect it to be a low number like that. Checking on this green cherry. Oh yeah, it's shooting over 20 and going on up. Although this has been down for a few months, it's still relatively green, recently cut. Yeah, I'm getting it. It's flying on up with that. So we know our meter's working, but that cherry over there is so dry, even though it's only been dry in a few months, it won't even register. That's going to make some really good campfire wood. Well, that's what the Florida sun will do for you. I'm probably going to have to start stacking more wood over there, even though I hate the way it looks. But direct sunlight all day long and all through the summer, wow, that stuff dried quick. Just another reason I love cherry. Smells good, crackles, pops, which is not good for inside, but good for outside. You can use it for smoking meats and dries really quick. Splits good. Oh, so many things to love about cherry. All right, this tote looks like a mix of oak and ash, both excellent woods. Let's go ahead and check one of these pieces. There's no way this is going to be off the charts dry like the cherry, but I just want to make sure it's good to burn. Well, the bark's falling off of it. That's already a good sign. Popped apart really nice. Sounds good. All right, so there's the outside where the bark was. I expect that to read on up in the 16s. That's already good. Now let's go to the split inside. All right, I'm pushing as hard as I can. 16. That is perfect firewood. Like I said, anything under 20, I'm ready to burn. And oak, usually getting to 16 is pretty difficult. First customer's loaded up. Now we've got a large tote in the back of some ash and oak. We're making a delivery to the second customer. Typically, I do not deliver, but I know this person is actually going to do something cool with it and use it to cook and make syrup. All right, so we're back at home. I figured to wrap up this day, we got to make a few more bundles and go restock the firewood rack down there at the highway that we built. Now, I've had several people ask me, how's that going? Honestly, very slow. For some reason, people keep contacting me more for the bulk wood, the big orders, than the small stuff. And I guess that makes sense because the area where we live is a lot of hunting camps, some fishing camps, stuff like that. So people probably want some bulk wood to do a lot of burning down there. Plus, I kind of figured it was going to take at least a good year to get the stand established. As people drive by and start learning where it is, they'll remember that come next year, the year after, things such as that. So I'm thinking tomorrow I'm gonna get up while it's so cold and cool this week. I'm gonna do a little splitting in this episode. And now I've got some empty totes coming back to me. We've done burnt through a couple ourselves. Done sold a few more today. Got some more empty ones sitting over there. So now we can start splitting, filling those up, and getting them ready for next year. All right, so here it is next day, and I've convinced somebody to come out here and help me split a little firewood. So we've been traveling all morning. I think we've been going 5 or 6 hours. We had to go do something, so we've come home. It's late in the afternoon. She's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, well, I'm not about to jump on some big project here just a couple hours before dark. I said, would you like to come down and help me split some firewood?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, she said, it's my favorite thing to do. Nothing else I would rather do. Right, so here we are. Let me show you what we got going, and to wrap this episode up, we're gonna continue to make firewood. That's what we do, y'all. This is one of our little side hustles. So, you know, you do a little bit of this every year. You sell some, you split some, you refill, you repeat, and you get it built up for next year. Well, maybe we make a few $1,000s this year or next year with firewood. And then we do the same thing with fire pits and welding on the side. Then we do the same thing with social media, with all the different channels that we have. And before you know it, 5, 6, 7, no, probably 7, 8, 9 hustles turns into living a pretty awesome lifestyle. All right, let me show you what we got going. So I drug out the old American CLS, my beast of a splitter here. We're just gonna run the 4-way wedge on it today. We just did an episode running the 6-way and made a bunch of smoking wood. So since all this cherry's taking up room under my barn, we're just gonna continue to work on that. I at least wanna get a good 1/3 of a cord split while I got Tiffany down here. I've still got some short stuff here. This is smoking and small fire pit wood here. I don't have enough to fill up another tote, and I want to, because I've already done burnt through half of this tote just in cooking wood and a little bit of solo stove. Got me another one over there. So once we put a dent in this, I'll bust some more in half, and then we'll split up some more cooking wood in another episode. So let's put a dent in this pile. All right, and just like that, we've got 2/3 of a cord done. I tried to talk her into a cord. She's like, it's getting late. And I'm like,
well, it's been a long day.
You're kind of right. It is. And there's rain on the way, and we actually got some stuff we got to go put up and get out of the rain. So thank you for your help.
Absolutely, no problem.
Y'all check this out. We did something I never, ever do. And I loved it because it made it very quick. So if you check this out, a lot of people probably noticing, hey, he's finally splitting normal size firewood. I mean, this is twice the size I normally split, and there's some pieces in there maybe 3 times the size. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. One, listen to that. This stuff's already ready to burn. I cannot believe how quick this cherry's drying. So I delivered to a customer yesterday, one of them, y'all seen this video, and he actually, requested and was like, hey, larger firewood's better because he's doing something unique. He's cooking syrup over his. So there's gonna be the occasional customer that wants larger pieces for heating, true heating, which we don't do much of down here in Florida in homes, or cooking, things like that. Whereas most everybody else I sell to wants the smaller stuff because they're doing a quick outdoor fire, they want it nice and dry, or they're doing a quick fireplace fire and then they're turning their electric heater on when they go to bed. We just don't heat all night long and heat homes around the clock down here in Florida. Some people do, yes. It's just not a big request, at least for me. So I got to thinking, I probably should keep a few totes of larger splits every year of cherry, a few totes of oak, and then everything else I do my smaller size, which takes forever, by the way, but it makes really good cooking wood splits and all this other kind of stuff, and bundled wood to sell down at the rack.
About how long did it take us to knock all that out? About an hour and a half?
Hour, it's a little over an hour maybe. Yeah, hour and
that's
something.
not bad.
So I was telling her if we could start coming out a couple times a week or one time, something like that, and spend 1 hour, 2 hours, I think we can knock out a cord of wood every 2 hours, which is, good money, especially once you add up week after week after week all year long. Next thing you know, we have many, many, many cords of wood stacked up. And again, we're not going into this full time, but it's a good little side income for next fall. And then we'll just pile it up with everything else that we do here around the property to earn some income. And
a little bit of exercise.
Definitely a little bit of exercise. All right, well, I've got to go get this one stacked up and covered for this rain that's coming, and then clean up all the equipment out here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. 'Tis the season for firewood. It's felt amazing this week with all these 20-degree mornings that we've been having. Winter is finally here. Catch you on the next one.